Hello and welcome to a Starcraft 2 commentary video with Gumjabar. It's me at the top of Shadow Temple, and my opponent is Gar at the bottom. PvP! So something I've been working on in PvP lately, and I'm still trying to experiment around with it, is Phoenix builds. And these are super cool, and I'm pretty excited to be trying them out. Still, having some trouble here and there with them, but this is something Axlav and CEG does all the time. So he would be the player to watch for this type of thing. So, early details of our build, and this is just what I sort of noticed from Axlav. I'm not sure if this is exactly what he does, but I'm trying my best to copy him. So let's slow it down a little bit. What we're going to do is, we're going to go for 2 gas, pretty fast, skip the Zealot and make a Stalker. And we're just going to chrono boost Stalkers out of our gateway. We're actually going to make a Stargate after our first gateway, and we're going to chrono boost 3 Stalkers, then a second gate, and then a sentry. So our opponent is doing a 3 Stalker rush, which is totally standard. And what this allows us to do is have 3 Stalkers ourselves at a defensive timing from a single gateway and not 2. We could do the same thing that he's doing, but our Stargate would be a lot later. So this is actually quite good. And we make a second gate after the Stargate, just in case, just so because we need the production. So my timings didn't line up in Warp Gate very well, but I think they could if I were a little more practiced with the build. And now we're going to make Phoenixes. Don't make Void Rays, that's stupid. We're making Phoenixes. So, what are the power of the Phoenixes? What's so good about them? They lift stuff. That's pretty much it. They're really fast, they have map control, they lift stuff. If he were going for Robo, and even better for 1-base Colossus, we pretty much just win. There's not a lot he can do. He has no anti-air really, so we can just pick off all his sentries and then walk up the ramp and kill him. We can pick off all his probes because he has nothing to kill the Phoenixes. If he decides to kill the Phoenixes, his Robo and his Robo Bay, if he made that, are worthless because he can't afford Stalkers and Robo units. And we can lift Immortals and other important units during battle. So, against Robo, this Phoenix build is really good. Against a Blink build, which is actually what we're seeing, we can have some trouble. He's going to have nothing but Stalkers, which are pretty good against Phoenixes. They can actually hit them. But there's a way around that. And we're going to see it in this game, in fact. We're going to see how to do this and survive against a Blink build. So we've got 2 Phoenixes, which is enough to lift and kill probes. And at this timing, we're going to make a Robo and go harass and scout with the Phoenixes. You want to use the Phoenixes to get into his base and see what he's up to. And we're going to do that. So I'm going to check for any fast expands. He has nothing. If he fast expands, we just keep making Phoenixes and go all in him. And that's really strong. I see the Robo, and I see Blink being researched, almost certainly. So what we're going to do is we have our robotics bay, or our robotics facility, excuse me. And I'm going to kill this probe because I can, that's great. And now I should really just leave, but I'm not going to walk right over, fly right over the Stalkers. But you know what? My Phoenix count is not important right now. We know he's going Blink, so I'm immediately transitioning into Robo, into Immortals. And I just have to defend right now. If I can hold off the Blink timing and I get enough Immortals out, I'm pretty good. So Force Field is nice. He doesn't have his Observer out yet. And we just delay him until we have Immortals, and then we're pretty safe. Note, we're actually going to stay on Seagate when we're doing this. It's kind of weird, but it works. And we can go back to Phoenix production. Phoenixes and Immortals. We don't even need gateway units, really. Immortals will counter any stalkers he has. Phoenixes will make him want to make stalkers, because if he makes too many zealots, then nothing can hit the Phoenixes. We can lift everything. And still making Immortals. So he is expanding now. He thinks he has a good contain going. And he has a contain, but it's not really a good one. So the second Immortal will pop out soon, and we're going to be fine. Notice, this is actually a pretty standard build. He's going Blink with an Observer. There it is. And he's going to just sort of expand and then harass with the Blink. Meanwhile, I am doing some harassment with my very fast Phoenixes. I see the expansion, so I know I can all in him. And for some reason he thinks he can get up here and do some damage, but I mean, my army is right here, so not really. And I've got 3 Immortals. Yeah, he supply blocked me a little bit, but that's not really an issue. 3 Immortals means his Blink Stalkers are worthless. They were trying to engage, I have to run away, but now I've got Phoenixes. Phoenixes are still good, even though he has Blink Stalkers, because we can lift half of his army. And here comes some more lifts. Not right there, but you know. Lift. Lift. You don't really need the Phoenixes to be attacking stuff. You just want to lift everything. Use it kind of like stasis in Starcraft 1. We're just going to take units out of battle. And now, because of our Immortals and our lifting, we can easily crush through his army and kill his Exo. Not even hard at all. GG. So against Blink, this is how you do it. Against other builds, the Phoenixes should give you an advantage or keep you even. If he's going Robo, you don't need your own Robo that fast. And you can pretty much just make Phoenixes and units. Probably Zealots preferably, but it doesn't even matter really. Just a lot of units, and you can contain him. You can kill the Sentries and Immortals. So we're going to look at a game like... Okay, and here we are. This is a game on Antigua Shipyard between Gunjabar, me, and my opponent, Bumblebee. Or Bumblebee, because it's capitalized. Let's speed it up a little bit here. And we're going to do pretty much the same build, and my opponent's going to go 1 base, super fast Colossus. And we'll just see what kind of advantage we get from this. It's pretty fun. So there's this gate. Gas. Cyber core. I like to place my buildings on this map to make Zealot rushing a bit harder for the opponent. You kind of try to do that whenever you can. He takes the second gas, I take mine. Mine was a bit faster. And here's the Stalkers. Now I saw his second gas go down, so I'm not expecting any 4-gate, but I'm still going to make these Stalkers for a bit of map control. There's the Stargate, and now I'm trying to get my buildings to line up with Warp Gate a little better. And 3 gates actually, because I got in here and saw the Robo with a probe. So because I saw this Robo with my probe, I got in here and saw this. That means that I don't need a Robo up very fast. I can go for 3 gates and Stargates and sort of just kill him. At least that's my intention. And these lined up okay. So a lot of Phoenixes. opponent is going very fast robotic trade with an observer first. He has no units right now, basically. I mean, yeah, it's kind of silly. And at this timing, I'm actually going to wait for a few more phoenixes. So what does the other guy have? He has to make a forge. So probe counts, we're 4 ahead now because we killed a few. And he needs to make a cannon here. That is 300 minerals for static defense. Pretty nice. And his army cannot challenge mine at all. Like, look at this. This is ridiculous. So at this point, we're just going to go contain him. I want to try and kill him, but he's doing the right thing. He makes a cannon at the top of this ramp. He makes no robo units at all. He does have a lot of sentries, which are pretty bad, but the stalker count is alright. So I'd say his army is about even to mine, and with lifts I could kill this, but the cannon makes that a little risky. So this cannon is probably enough to deter me from all-in him up the ramp. But I can still go and try and kill some probes. No, he has a cannon there too. So, just to reiterate, these 3 structures, the 2 cannons and the forge, and that is all 450 minerals. I think that's right, 300, 150, 300, 450, yeah, 450. And this robotics bay that's worthless. In fact, the robo is pretty bad too, in terms of effectiveness at stopping my army. So what I'm going to do is just expand, because 400 minerals from me is not actually putting me at a deficit. He is already at a deficit in terms of his army strength. So I can expand safely and deny his expansion. And I just have stuff warping in, so making phoenixes. Now I can make my robo. And he's actually doing a very smart thing. He's doing this warp prism play. So he's going to counterattack while I have a contain, which is good decision by him. I'm going to get a few probes, but now he's going to warp in some zealots. Pretty good play. And yeah, I should have microed that a little better, but I didn't lose anything. So worker counts, do it again. We're getting a little behind now because he's got his zealots in the mineral line, but not that big a deal. We're still fairly even. And I had an expansion up, which he almost killed him, but no luck. So he really wants to all-in me, but he has no tech at all. He's on pure gateway because he couldn't make out of these robos. And at this point, make my observer. Look at army values here. We're actually pretty far ahead because of the phoenixes. So here comes the battle. Gonna lift up some stuff. Not micro so well, but here comes the massive lift, and all the units cannot attack. And we have an expansion up. We're mining from it. We have very, very good economy, and my follow-up is to go double robo colossus as fast as possible. Yes, we have the colossus a little faster than me, but our economy is so much better we can actually just get more of them. And he does have this forge for upgrades, which will be nice, I suppose. But the phoenixes give us a ton of map control. And at this point, I'm just going to speed it up. Making all sorts of colossus. It's all great. And if you look at the supply, sorry, I have my overlay up here, we're at twice the supply of our opponent. Now, he's not making a ton of probes, which is a little questionable. But, I mean, you can see from the advantage that we got how we could expand with our Phoenixes while denying his expansion quite favorably. He's getting charged before Blink even, which is very weird. The Archons I understand, I can't lift those, that's kind of good, but yeah. Taking my third because I see how much of an advantage I have in army. The Phoenixes afford you so much scouting. It's very, very good. And I mean, you can see that I'm just going to crush through his army. I've got so many Colossus now. So we're just not going to watch the rest of this. It's going to be me destroying him. But yeah, that's how Phoenix openings work against Robo openings. If he didn't make that cannon, I probably should have just won the game immediately, but still I was able to secure a very nice advantage. The only other situation that happens, basically, is Phoenix versus Phoenix builds, which I've only done like once, and it's a really strange game. I don't even get it. I switched away from Phoenixes into Robo once I expanded. He decided to go Mass Carrier, and he actually won. But that's not really a standard game, I would say. It's very rare. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.